Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the first of a four-game series between the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and Los Angeles Angels here in the post-1961 Apba Bats League. Leading off for the Devil Rays playing short is Bartlett. Batting second playing center field is Upton. Batting third playing right field is Huff. Batting fourth playing first base is Pena. Batting fifth playing left field is Meadows. Batting sixth playing third base is Longoria. Batting seventh playing second base is Cantu. Batting eighth on the catching is Navarro. And on the mound, batting ninth is Shields. And now for the hometown LA Angels. We got leading off playing left field is Estrada. Batting second, doing the catching is Downing. Batting third, playing center field is Trout. Batting fourth, playing right field is Anderson. Batting fifth, playing first base is Joyner. Batting sixth, playing third base is DeCense. Batting seventh, playing second base is Gritch. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Apba. And batting ninth, throwing the pitching is Jared Weaver. Let's get down here to the field and get this game started. And the lead it off for the Devil Rays is Jason Bartlett, batting .213 with a homer and 6 RBIs. This is Jared Weaver's third appearance. He's 1-1 with an 8.68 ERA. And here's the pitch to Jason. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Anderson calls for it and makes the catch. And there's one down. And Upton comes to the plate now. He's batting .217 with 3 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Weaver strikes him out for out number 2. And Mr. Huff comes to the plate, batting .323, off to a great start with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. Go to Rays. We go to the bottom of the first. Rays nothing. Angels coming to the plate. Estrada will be due up, followed by Downing and Trout. See LA's upcoming schedule. They got 3 more games here in LA against Tampa Bay. Then the Orioles come to town after that. Estrada's batting .323 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And Shields is making his third start of the year. He's 1-1 with a 3.21 ERA. Here's the pitch to Darren. And that ball is driven out into the outfield. See where this one ends up at. And that ball is blasted in the right field. And that's going to be a leadoff double. So the Angels with a runner in scoring position right away. And Brian Downing comes to the plate. And Downing's batting .281 with a runner in scoring position. He's got no homers and 4 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Brian. And that ball is well hit. See where this one ends up at against the righty. That's going to be a single in let's see here. That's going to be a single in the right field. Huff doesn't have a great arm. Not a bad arm, but not a great arm. There's nobody out, though. So that's going to be a 6-46. 31, they're going to send him with nobody out. That'll be a 61 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there. So that's an RBI single by Brian. And just like that, the Angels are up 1-0. The runner down at first. Still nobody out. And up to the plate now steps Mike Trout. And Mike Trout's off to a slow start, batting 159. He does have 3 homers and 8 RBIs, though. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Shields is yet to get a batter out. It's first and second already trailing 1-0. And Mr. Anderson comes to the plate. And Garrett's batting .242 with 2 homers and 8 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Mr. Anderson. And that's going to be against a 14. And that's another single. And let's see here. That's going to be hit in the left field. Meadows is out there. Let's see. I don't think there's going to be a play at the plate. No, there's not going to be a play at the plate. The question is, will Trout make it to third? Let's see here. That'll be... Trout's going to stop at second, so that's an RBI single by Mr. Anderson. And now you still got first and second, and that's a 2-0 game, and still nobody out, and Wally's up. Wally Joyner comes to the plate, batting .258. He's got a homer and 3 RBIs. And that ball is crushed. Where's this one going to end up at? The Angels are pounding Shield here in this bottom of the first. And that's going to be that's going to be a double in right center field. And does Anderson score here? That is the question. Huff gets over. Should have probably let Upton get to it. So that's going to be a double. And the runner's going to stop at third. But another run comes in. And now you got second and third and nobody out for Doug DeSensei. They go out and talk to Shields and tell him, boy, let's try to get an out here. DeSensei's batting .268 with 4 homers and 9 RBIs. They're going to play back just to try to get an out, folks. And that might finally be the first out of the game for him. That's going to be a line drive right at the second baseman. He's going to toss it over and double up Joyner. And Anderson's going to stay put. So it's a line drive double play. So now there's 2 down and a runner at third. And Bobby Gritch is up in a 3-0 ball game. That was a big play there by Cantoon. Now you got a runner at third, 2 outs in a 3-0 game, and Bobby Gritch is batting .170. He's got 3 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be another base on balls. Shield's second walk of this inning. And Abreu comes up. And he is batting .226 with no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be against the righty, a 16 with first and third. Against 35 and 9, a 16. And that is going to be a base hit in the left field. Gritch will stop at second, and it's a 4-0 ball game. And 9 batters are coming to the plate, folks. As Jared Weaver comes to the plate now with first and second. A 4-0 lead. And Jared is looking for his first base hit of the year. Here's the pitch to Jared. And that's going to be a 46 and a 4. That'll be fielding column 1. And that'll be a ground ball down the first. Pena will take it himself. That'll end the inning, but the Angels bat around, send 9 guys to the plate, and lead this game 4-0 as David joins us here. And we go to the top of the second. You got Pena, Meadows, and Longoria. Tampa Bay's got some work to do, down 4-0. And Pena's batting .256. He's got 4 homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Weaver coming right at him with a 4-0 lead for his second strikeout of the game. And Alston comes to the plate, and Meadows is batting .393, off to a great start. Has a homer and 4 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. It's a 4-1 ball game as Meadows keeps up the hit. And Longoria comes to the plate. He's batting .204 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a 18. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Mike Trout tracks that down, takes a base hit away, a little tip of the cat by Weaver. Now there's 2 down now, and Cantu is up. He's batting $143 with 2 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Weaver strikes out 2, gives up a homer though, to make this a 4-1 game as we go to the bottom of the second. And like I said, they batted around in the first, so we're back to the top of the order. And Darren started this game off with a double and came around the score. Here's the pitch from Shields. And that's going to be a pop up down the second. And that'll be out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the second. And Brian Downey comes to the plate. And Downey, he singled and drove in a run his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Bartlett at short. And there's quickly 2 outs. What a difference an inning makes. And now Mike Trout comes to the plate. He walked and scored his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. 1, 2, 3 goes the Angels. We go to the top of the third. It's still a 4-1 ball game. You got Navarro due up, followed by Shields, and then the order turns over. Navarro's batting .120 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. And there's 1 down. And now Shield comes to the plate. And James is looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 4 this year. And he's going to be 0 for 5 because that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 4 strikeouts now by Weaver. And we're back to the top of the order in Bartlett. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. And Weaver retires the side in order. To the bottom of the third we go. You got Mr. Anderson, Wally World, and DeSensei due up. And Anderson, he singled and drove in a run, came around the score also. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Meadows. Alston waits for it, makes the catch, and there's 1 down. And Wally Joyner's up now. He had an RBI double his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. He turns on that. And Huff gets over, holds him to a single this time. So Joyner's aboard here with 1 out for Doug DeSensei. And DeSensei, he lined into that double play ball, hit it hard right at second. And he doubled up, I believe it was Anderson, I believe. Here's the pitch to the DeSensei. And that's going to be against the righty, 19. And that is going to be a fly ball again out to Meadows. He's been busy today. Now there's 2 down. And see if Bobby Rich can do some damage here. 2 down and runner on first. And Bobby walked his first time up. And that's going to be another fly ball to Meadows, and that'll end the inning. So the Angels strand 1 to the top of the fourth we go. The Angels with a 3-run lead here. Got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Upton, Huff, and Pena. And BJ struck out his first time up, 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the sensei. Quickly one out here. And Mr. Huff comes to the plate. And he's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's Weaver's 6th strikeout of the game. He's starting to rack them up. And that brings up Carlos Pena. And he struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a catcher 21. And that's going to be a rare play. A 21 and a 41. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. Can he strike Pena out here? He's ahead 0-1 on him. And no, Pena gets a hold of this 0-1 pitch. See where this one ends up at. And that ball is hit into the gap. That's a 2-out double. And Tampa Bay's got a runner in scoring position now from Mr. Austin Meadows. And Meadows, he had a homer his last time up, the only run of the game for the Rays. And not this time. That's going to be a 43 and a 5. That should be fielding column 1. And it is. That's going to be a foul out. Wally over in foul territory makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. Pena gets stranded at second. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Apba, Weaver, and then back to Estrada. And Apba is 1 for 1 with an RBI single. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Yep, out to center field. Upton calls for it and makes the catch. 1 down. And Mr. Weber is up. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's Shields' first strikeout of the game to go with the 2 walks. We're back to Darren, and Darren's 1 for 2. He doubled and scored in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball. No, that's a swing and a miss. Shields strikes him out. That'll end the 4th. Angels go down 1-2-3 to the top of the 5th we go. Longoria, Cantu, and Navarra do up. Longoria 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And there's 1 out here in the 5th. And Jorge comes up. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mike Trout. And there's quickly 2 down here in the 5th. Navarra comes to the plate trying to keep this inning alive as Ken Castro joins us here. And here's the pitch to Navarra. And that's going to be a base on balls. That's Weaver's first walk of the game. A 2-out walk. That brings up Shields now. A runner at first and 2 outs. Shields struck out his first time up. And not this time. That's going to be a down the first. That's going to be a single down the first. Nice play by Joyner to keep it in the infield. So that's a base hit by Shields because we don't need no stinking DH. And we got runners at first and second. Tying run comes to the plate. And Bartlett. Navarro, not much speed down there at second. Not much speed at first with Shields. Here's the pitch to Bartlett, who's 0 for 2 today. Struck out his last time up. And that's what Weaver does this time, a swing and a miss. And he's starting to remind people of Linda Ronstadt. Weaver's throwing nothing out there but blue bayous. We go to the bottom of the 5th in a 4-1 game. Got the 2-3-4 hitters due up here for the Angels. Downing, Trout, and Anderson. And Bryan's 1 for 2 with an RBI in this game. Came around the score. That's going to be a ground ball down to Carlos at first. He steps on the bag himself, and there's 1 down. And Mr. Trout comes to the plate 0 for 1. He did walk and score in this game. And that ball is high. Kiss it goodbye, folks. That's a no doubt about her. That's a tape measure job. Upton turns around and just watches that one leave the yard. It's a 4-run lead now. Now you got Garrett Anderson up. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Shields bounces back from the homer. And there's 2 down. And Wally Joyner comes to the plate having a damn good game. He's 2 for 2 with a double and an RBI. Here's the pitch to Wally World. And he gets a hold of this one again. Wally's having one hell of a game here against Tampa Bay and Shields. And that ball is blasted down the first base line. He turns on that one. It lands in fair territory. And just like that, Joyner's down at second again with a double. And the Sensei's up trying to increase this lead. They're already up by 4. And the Sensei's 0 for 2 today. Lined out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball. 52 and a 4. That'll barely be fielding column 2. That's a line drive right at first. The Sensei hit it hard, but right at Pena, and that'll end the inning. But the homer makes it a 5-1 ball game. So we go to the top of the 6th. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here for Tampa Bay. BJ, Huff, and Pena. And BJ's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Weaver is mowing them down, folks. 8 strikeouts through 5 1/3. And up to the plate comes Huff. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Apba at short. And that'll be out number 2. And it's up to Carlos Pena to get something going here in the 6th. He struck out and doubled his last time up. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out there for Trout. And the sides retired in order. 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the 6th we go. You got Gritch due up, followed by Apba and Weaver to bottom 3rd. Bobby's 0 for 1. He did walk in this game. And that's going to be a rare play, a 24 and a 36. And that's going to be a ball 1. Bobby lets that one come across the plate, and it's 1-0 pitch. Can he deliver here? And that's going to be a base on ball. So Bobby walks for the 2nd time today. And that brings up Apba, and he's 1 for 2 with an RBI today. And that's a lazy fly ball out to center. And that'll be out number 1. That brings up Mr. Weber. And JERED is 0 for 2. He's going to try to lay down a bunt here and get Bobby in scoring position. And that's going to be a that's going to be bunted down the 1st. Pena's only play is the 1st with Jorge covering, and that's 2 down, and now the runner's in scoring position. Back to the top of the order we go in Estrada, who is 1 for 3 with a double in this game. He did strike out his last time up. And that's going to be a team here. 8, 10, 15, 23, 29, 33, 38. And that's going to be a rare play with a runner on 2nd on a 40, 25 and a 40. 25 and a 40. And that'll be hit out to center field. And BJ Upton's out there. A 52 and a 2 should be fielding column 3, I bet you. And it is. And that's not going to be good. That's a single. Runner's going to score. Batter to 2nd on throwing error. So that's an RBI single with 2 outs. Down in the center field. Runner from 2nd will score. Then you got the E8, and the batter will get the second. So now you still got a runner at second, and now it's a 6-1 ball game. As they're back to a 5-run lead here. And he was supposed to get the second. That didn't happen. So let's try this again. So you got the single. Single in the center. Runner on second scores. Gonna have an E8. And the batter should get down the second. There we go. And now you got Downing up in a 6-1 lead. And Brian's 1 for 3. He has scored and driven in one today. Here's the pitch to Brian. And that's going to be hit down to Bartlett at short. And that's going to be it's 42 and an 8. Should be fielding column 2, I would think. Yep. And that's going to be a pop up in foul territory. And Bartlett goes over near the stands, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But 1 run comes across the board, and it's 6-1 Angels. Got Meadows due up, followed by Longoria and Jorge. And Austin's 1 for 2 with a homer. Deleting your mistake. I hear you, buddy. And Meadows is up. He's 1 for 2 with a homer in this game. The only run for Tampa Bay. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby at second. And there's one down here in the 7th. And Longoria comes to the plate. And he's 0 for 2. Grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Estrada on left. Quickly 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Can Jorge do something here? He is 0 for 2. 2 outs trailing by 6. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Trout makes the catch. That'll win the inning. And the Rays go down 1-2-3. We go to the 7th inning stretch, 6-1 Angels. Shields is due up in the top of the 8th. They'd like to get him through this inning. You got the big boys due up, though. Trout, Anderson, and Joyner. And Mike Trout, he hit a homer his last time up. He's 1 for 2. He's walked, homered, driven in a run, and scored twice. And he has smashed this one, folks. And that ball almost got out of here off the wall in the right field, and Trout's down at second. And that brings up JERED Anderson, Mr. Anderson. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. He did strike out his last time up, though. And that's going to be the pitcher, 56 and a 2. That'll be fielding 2. And the runner will get down the 3rd. That ball is hit down to Carlos at first. He tosses it over to Shields covering. And they'll have to bring the infield in. They can't afford to give up any more runs here. Only got 6 outs to go. Joyner is having a perfect game, 3 for 3, 2 doubles and an RBI. And he just nailed this one again, folks. This is Wally's world for sure today. And that ball is hit into the gap out in right field. And that'll make it a 7-1 ball game. And Joyner's down at second with his 3rd double of the game. And Doug DeSensei now is up with a runner in scoring position and still only 1 out. And Doug, he's 0 for 3. Is he the only Angel without a hit? Let's take a look here. No, him and Bobby's the only ones without a hit. So him and Bobby don't have a hit. And Mr. Weber. As far as positions, Doug and Bobby don't have a hit. Let's see if he can stop that. He's 0 for 3, lined out twice, hit the ball hard twice. Can he finally get it to fall where somebody's not? And nope, that's going to be a base on balls. And it's first and second. And Bobby Gritch comes to the plate now. And Tampa Bay Devil Rays need a double play in the worst way here. Bobby's 0 for 1. He has walked twice and came around the scores last time up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. It's 10-1, good buddy. 10-1. And Shields is getting shellacked. He don't have the shield up today. And that ball is crushed. It's a 10-1 ball game. And that's probably going to be it for Shields. Let's see here. Are we going to do a double switch? I believe so. Zobrist will probably come in the game, play second, batting the 9 spot. Let's make sure here now. Before we do this, make sure I'm doing this right. See who made the last out. Yep, so let's see who's going to come in to pitch is the question. So Zobrist will come in and play second. Who's going to pitch? Got a switch hitter and then a righty. Tampa Bay's got one hell of a bullpen. So McGee's going to come in the game to pitch. And that'll be it for Shields as he gets shellacked. Now there's nobody on in a 10-run ball game, and McGee's coming in. And he'll bat in the 7 spot. And who did we say was coming in to play second? That's right, Ben Zobrist is coming in to play second, and he'll bat in the 9 spot. And this is McGee's 3rd appearance of the year. He's given up. He has no record and has a 3.38 ERA. And Apba's up. He's 1 for 3. Nobody on. 1 out. And here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And they're just screwing the pooch every which way you look. That's going to be an E6. And now you got a runner down at first. 1 out for Mr. Weber. And with a 10-win lead, they're going to let Mr. Weber swing away. See if he can get a hit here. He's 0 for 2. Had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. McGee strikes him out. And there's 2 down now. And Estrada comes up as Legend Sports Universe joins us here. Check out his great channel, folks. And Darren's having a damn good game, 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. And came around to score in this game. And that ball is well struck. See where it ends up at. They're just crushing it. It don't matter who they bring in. That ball is blasted into left field. And Meadows lets that ball get over his head. And Darren's going to run for a while, folks. That brown-eyed handsome man makes the turn in second, and he's in there with a triple. And it's now an 11-1 ball game, and the route just keeps on coming. He's still got a runner in scoring position, and Brian Downing's up, and Brian's 1 for 4 with an RBI. Can he keep this inning going? The massacre's on. That's going to be against the lefty of 14. And yes, it keeps going. That's a single. in the left field. Brian pulls that one in the gap. And it is now 12-1. It doesn't matter who's on the mound. They are just crushing them. Here comes Mike Trout, who is 2 for 3 today. He has a double, a homer, and RBI. He has scored all 3 times up. And he's also walked this game. So, runner on first, 2 outs, and here's the pitch to Trout. And that ball is blasted. Where is this one going to end up at, folks? This is getting crazy, crazy, crazy. There's going to be a double in left field down the third baseline. And Downing, is he going to be able to score with 2 outs here? That'll be a 45. And they're going to hold him at second. The 10-run mercy thing they're going to do. Not try to get him hurt either. So now it's second and third. And Anderson's up. And a 12-1 ball game. And the Angels might want to put some of these runs in the bank. They got a 4-game series here. Anderson's 1 for 4 with an RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Anderson out. But 6 runs come across the plate here in the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th in a 12-1 ball game. Navarro, Zobrist, and Bartlett due up here against Weeba. Navarro 0 for 1. He did a walk his last time up. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out to Trout for out number 1. And Zobrist comes to the plate for the first time after coming in on the double switch. He's batting .200 with a homer and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Ben. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Mike Trout makes a nice running catch for out number 2. And now we're back to the top of the order in Bartlett, who is 0 for 3. He has struck out his last 2 times against Weaver. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. That'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes Tampa Bay. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And all you working folks, as Dandy Dan would say, you can turn out the lights. This party's over. Good night, Irene. But you might want to see if Wally can go 5 for 5. He is 4 for 4. He has 3 doubles, 2 RBIs, and it's come around the score. So you got Joyner due up, followed by DeSensei and Gritch. Here's the pitch to Wally. And he's done it again, folks. Wally's 5 for 5, driven this ball out in the deep outfield. And that ball is cut off by Huff. And that's going to be a single. Wally makes a big turn, but he heads back to first. The ball was hit so hard, Huff got to it quickly and held him to a single. Now you got Joyner down at first, nobody out, and the Sensei's 0 for 3. He is one of the few Angels without a hit. Can he do it here? He did walk and come around the score his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Huff. He gets to this one, makes the catch, and there's one down. And Bobby Gritch comes to the plate, and he's 1 for 2. He homered his last time up, hit that 3-run homer. Here's the pitch to Bobby. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. McGee strikes him out for out number 2. And it's up to Eric to do something now with Wally still down at first. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI. He reached on an error and came around the score his last time up. And that ball is hit hard. Let's see where this one lands at. And that ball is hit down the short. Nice play by Barrett. He fields it cleanly, fires over to first, and that's your inning. And Wally gets stranded at first. We go to the top of the 9th. Tampa Bay's got a lot of work to do, down by 11. They got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Mr. Weaver trying to have a complete game, 3-hit, 1-run game. BJ is 0 for 3. He struck out twice and grounded out. And that's going to be a fly ball. Let's see here. He's probably tired. So let's see here. 2 and now a 9. So now he's a 14, 14 and a 15, 8. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Anderson. And that's out number 1. And Mr. Huff comes up. He's 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Trout. And Tampa Bay's down to their last out, trailing by 11. And Carlos is up. He's 1 for 3. He has a double in this game. And that's going to be a rare play, a 61 and a 41. And that's going to be a strike as Mr. Pinion looks at that one go by. So now the 0-1 pitch to Carlos, trying to keep this game alive for Tampa Bay. And that's going to be a ground ball down to DeSensei. He waits, takes his time, fires over to first. And the Angels rout Tampa Bay 12-1, folks. Take a look here at the box score. It's going to be a long year, I think, for Tampa Bay. So the Angels, 12 runs on 16 hits and no errors. The Devil Rays, 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Pena and Meadows had 1 hit apiece. And how about this? When your pitcher, Shields, has 1 of the 3 hits, you know you're in trouble. Tampa Bay were 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Weaver just pitched a masterpiece. Left 3 men on base. Everybody but Doug DeSensei had a hit. And how about Wally World, 5 for 5 with 2 RBIs. You had Trout and Bobby Grich with homers today. And the Angels, look at that, 8 for 14 with the runners in scoring position. They left 8 men on base. It could have been even worse, folks. It's hard to believe, but it could have been. Shields definitely didn't have it today. He goes to 1 and 2. 6 1/3, 12 hits, 10 runs, none of them earned. Walked 4, struck out 3, gave up 2 homers. McGee comes in, goes on 1 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, none of them earned. Struck out 3. Weaver goes the distance, picks up his second win. He's 2 and 1, 3-hitter, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 8, and gave up the lone homer. Only blemish today was that homer. And that was, if I remember right, Meadows. Yep. Now let's take a look here at the standings and leaderboard in the American League. And the Yankees are now 3.5 games up on Baltimore. The Blue Jays and Red Sox are 5.5 games back. And with the loss, Tampa Bay is now 8 games back. And in the Central, Kansas City is a game and a half up on the Twins, Indians, and Tigers. And the lonely White Sox are 4.5 games back. And out west, with the win, the Angels are now 2 games back of the Rangers. The Mariners and A's are 4.5 games back. Mickey Rivers leading the American League with a 4.36 batting average. You got Robinson and Ramirez with 6 homers, and Boog Powell with 15 RBIs to lead the American League. And you got Zach Greinke with a 0.75 ERA. Leading the American League. 4 pitchers with 3 wins. And John Wetland with 6 saves to lead the American League. And in the MVP voting right now, Kenny Lofton's leading. And in the Cy Young, it's Mr. Wakefield leading in that category. The next game on the channel will be game number 2 of this 4-game series. Let's see what the pitching matchup looks like. And it's going to be Mr. Moore. Matt Moore going up against Frank Tanana. Let's see what kind of action that brings us. See if the Tampa Bay Rays can hold down this Angels offense. I want to thank Legend Sports Universe. Check out his great channel. Ken Castro and David NS Rail Fan for joining us here today. If you're new to the channel and haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button and hit that bell. It helps the channel out and don't cost a dime. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.